going on YouTube? This is Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today guys, I'm coming into one of the most highly requested deck profile for the link format. And today's deck profile, I got you guys Monarchs, and this is going to be the domain Monarch where you're essentially not trying to let your opponent play Yu-Gi-Oh! At all. And with the release of the new game mechanic of link summoning, you know what, I believe that domain Monarchs are still going to be one of the best budget decks to actually play in today's meta to combat against links and zodiacs and things like that. And by the way guys, this is the domain lock version where you're able to bring out domain to lock your opponent from utilizing the extra deck, and you're also playing new cards in the deck such as the Monarchs Erupt to actually basically negate all your opponent's monster effects, which is really powerful. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. By the way guys, I have a True Draco playmat now available. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, make sure you guys get your True Draco playmats today. I do free shippings to Canada and US. International shipping may cost extra, so if you guys want to get your playmat, make sure you guys message me on my Facebook page. Alright guys, start with the monsters. You want to play, of course, triple Erebus, the Underworld Monarch. The fact that upon tribute summon, you're able to bounce back a card from the field, hand, or graveyard back into your opponent's deck. It's absolutely phenomenal. And to activate the effect, of course, you must send 2 Monarch spawn trap cards directly from your deck to your graveyard. So that way that you're feeding your graveyard for Prime Monarch, and also potentially sending Pantheism in the graveyard is really good as well. So, of course, the one lonely Aether, the Heavenly Monarch. Really sad that this card is still at 1. The fact that you're able to play on your opponent's turn is just really good. And especially coming off this card with the Monarch Stormfort is just absolutely amazing. And the fact that you're able to bring out directly a Kuraz direct from the deck, popping cards on the field to basically generate you more advantage is just really good. So the 1 Aether. And next we're going to play, of course, 1 Thestalos, the Mega Monarch. Card is really powerful, being able to nuke cards out of your opponent's hand, which is really amazing. The ability to see cards in your opponent's hand can actually be very beneficial in today's format. So you play, of course, the 1 Thestalos. And last but not least, you want to play, for the Mega Monarchs, you want to play Caius, the Mega Monarch. Really good. And this is pretty much it for the big 2800 beast sticks of the deck. Next we're going to play double Kuraz, the Light Monarch. Kuraz is really powerful, the fact that you're able to pop cards on the field to basically get you more advantage. Popping cards that are already used, such as Return of the Monarch, is just really good. So that way that you can potentially draw into more of your combo pieces, which is really nice. And this card is one of the best disruption cards to actually use against your opponent, which is really good as well. So double Kuraz, the Light Monarch, and the way that you actually tutor out this card is off Aether's effect. And please guys, do not forget that Erebus can also add and recycle back Aether directly from a graveyard to your hand by ditching a Monarch spawn trap card from your hand to a graveyard, which is really good. So, and next off for the Squires, you're going to play, of course, triple Idea, the Heavenly Squire. You actually want to open up this card with the Monarch as quickly as possible, especially starting off with domain, which is really nice. And you know, this card is the one that's actually going to be able to get back your Pantheism directly from your banished pile to your hand, so that way you can always reuse Pantheism to basically dig deeper through your deck. And next to combo off with the Idea, you're going to play double Eidos, the Underworld Squire, and last but not least the 1 Mithra, the Thunder Vassal. And the fact that Eidos is able to banish itself to special summon Idea from a graveyard, so that way that you potentially have 2 tribute summons per turn is really powerful. And I opted to play the 1 Mithra. You guys can actually cut out the Mithra for the 3rd Eidos if you guys want. And last but not least for the staples, you're going to play, of course, double Vanity's Fiend. Being able to stop your opponent from special summoning in today's metagame is just really powerful. So you're going to play the, of course, double Vanity's Fiend, really good card in Monarchs. And last but not least, the best card in the game right now, you're going to play the 1 Maxi to round off our monsters. So that's pretty much for the monsters. Go after your spells. Alright guys, go after the spells. You're going to play, of course, triple Tenacity. You guys know what Tenacity does. So just all your Monarchs cards directly from your deck to your hand, which is really good. The 1 Pantheism, really sad that his card is at 1, but his card is super broken. The fact that you're able to ditch Prime from your hand to graveyard to draw 2 cards is really good. And the secondary effect to banish cards, and a secondary effect to banish yourself to basically reveal 3 Monarch card directly from your deck to your hand is also really powerful as well. And the way that you always get Pantheism back is off Idea, which is really amazing. So 1 Pantheism, 1 the Monarch Stormfort, you know, really powerful card is at 1 for a reason. Triple Domain of the True Monarchs card is really powerful. You know, you guys all know it's the domain lock for a reason. It basically locks your opponent from utilizing the extra deck, which is really nice. So triple Domain of True Monarchs, and also you know, when attacking, when you have a domain on the field with a tribute summon monster, the monster will gain 800 attack, which essentially makes Erebus 3600 or Aether 3600 once it's attacking a monster, which is really powerful. So domain is just a really good card in the deck, and it's one of the cards that you always want to get off Pantheism Search effect when banishing Pantheism to reveal 3 cards in your deck. Most of the time you want to reveal either cards like Tenacity or either cards like Domain, so you can have instant access to these cards as quickly as possible. So triple Domain, double Return of the Monarchs. Card is really good card to actually get an advantage directly from your deck to your hand. So once you tribute summon for Erebus, you're guaranteed to have an Aether directly from your deck to your hand, so that way that you can play on your opponent's turn, which is really nice. So you know, double Return of the Monarchs, and once you already use Return of the Monarchs effect to search, you can basically go Kuraz to pop your own Return of the Monarchs to basically draw more cards, which is really powerful. So double Return. Next slide, you're going to play the 1 March of the Monarchs, especially already setting up boards. Sometimes your board is just really weak against board wipes, so having a backed up March of the Monarchs to basically protect your boards from problematic board wipes is just really amazing. So having March is really good. Make sure, guys, the undestructible by card effects and also cannot be targeted by card effects, which is really good. So 1 March of the Monarchs. And next you want to play for the draw power, double Lure Darkness. You are playing plenty of dark cards in the deck. You're playing Erebus, Caius, okay? You're also playing Eidos, and you're also playing Vanity's Fiend in the deck. So you have lots of targets in the deck for Lure Darkness. This card is really good because it basically helps you dig deeper through your deck to see the combo pieces that you need. So double Allure, the one Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial is really good, especially during late game. You can dump Idea to your graveyard, so that way the Idea can add back your Pantheism, which is really good. You can also dump Eidos to the graveyard, so that way that Eidos can banish itself to special summon Idea from the graveyard and then basically go off with your plays. Card is just a really versatile card in this deck. You can also dump Erebus to the graveyard, so that way that Erebus can activate its effect to ditch a card from your hand, ditch a Monarch card in your hand to the graveyard to basically add himself or another Monarch card directly from your graveyard back into your hand, which is really powerful. So these cards are really versatile in the deck. I play the one Foolish Burial of Goods in the deck. It's really good to actually dump the Prime Monarch early game if you don't see cards like Pantheism as quickly as possible. So you can actually dump Prime with the Foolish Burial of Goods, and also you can dump Pantheism off Foolish Burials of Goods, which is absolutely amazing. So one copy of Foolish Burial of Goods can come in really handy sometimes in certain situations. So that one Reinforce with the Army, basically searches your idea directly from your deck to your hand. 1/1 gets your idea out as quickly as possible. One Regeki, and you're playing a 39 card deck, so you're playing the one Upstart Goblin to basically round off your spells. That's pretty much it for the spells. Let's go off into our traps. Alright guys, for the traps, we're going to play, of course, double the Prime Monarch. This card is absolutely amazing. The fact that you're able to recard this card every single turn by just banishing a Monarch card from your graveyard is absolutely phenomenal. So that way you always have tribute fodder and also a defense mechanism every single turn when your opponent tries to double DK you. So the Prime Monarch is just really powerful for that. So double Prime, and it can also recycle back your Monarch cards directly from your graveyard back into your deck, which is really strong. So double Prime, I play, of course, the one Escalation of the Monarchs. Being able to play on your opponent's turn is pretty good. So that way that you can always activate, summon Erebus, so that way that you can always utilize Erebus during your opponent's turn while Escalation on the field, so that way that you can always interrupt plays during either player's turn, which is really amazing. And also, summoning Vanity's Fiend on your opponent's turn after you bring out the Prime with Escalation is just really powerful. So one Escalation of the Monarchs. Last but not least, the new addition to the deck, the Monarchs Erupt. This card is an auto win against most decks except for True Draco. You flip this card out against Zodiacs. Any deck that utilize links and things like that, any deck that utilizes the extra deck, you basically just win the game because this card is a walking skill drain, and you guys all know how powerful skill drain is. The reason why skill drain is at 1 because it's absolutely broken. So having access to a skill drain kind of effect for tribute summon monsters is just absolutely amazing. So that's pretty much it for the trap lineup. Trap lineup is all up to personal preference of what you guys want to play. You guys can explore whatever cards you guys would like to play in your main deck, but just use my deck as a guide to what you guys can play in your own deck. So that's pretty much it for the traps. Go off to your side deck. Alright guys, off to the side deck real quick guys. We are playing no extra deck because of domain, but let's go off to the side. Double Dark Hole, standard, double Twin Twisters, double Ash Blossom, also playing double Cosmics. These cards are just really good cards against True Dragos. Double Magic Deflector, sorry. Double Magic Deflector, really good card against True Drago as well. Double Anti-Soul Fragrance, and last but not least, you are playing Triple Dimensional Barrier to round off your side deck. Side deck is said before guys, all up to personal preference on what you guys want to play. To use my deck list as a guide to what you guys can play to combat against today's meta. These cards are just really good cards overall in today's metagame, and it can actually be really good incorporating these cards into the Monarch main deck. So that's pretty much it for the side deck. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is my budget deck profile for Monarchs, for link format. You guys have been asking me, Sam, what is one of the best decks for links? And I believe that Monarchs is a really fun budget deck to actually combat against links. This deck is just really good for the fact that you have a lot of floodgates. You have, the Monarchs Erupt that basically skill drains your opponent. You have Domain within itself that locks your opponent from utilizing the extra deck, especially against deck that heavily relies on link summoning. Domain is just really powerful. Same goes for the Monarchs Erupt. And you have a lot of cards like Vanity's Fiend. You also got cards like, Erebus and things like that to basically interrupt plays during another player's turn, which is really amazing. But these cards right here are one of the, greatest win conditions to actually play against today's metagame. So you got Vanity's Fiend, Domain, and of course the Monarch Erupt, which are really powerful cards in today's meta. You also got this card right here to actually help you play on your opponent's turn, which is absolutely phenomenal. So if you guys are looking for a fun and budget deck to actually complete against today's metagame, to actually, not play with links or not having to deal with links, I recommend you guys picking up Monarchs. And yeah, the deck's super budget as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. That'll be absolutely amazing, guys. And this is Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 signing out. Alright guys, peace.